Hello, everyone.
Is that how we
Hi.
do it now?
Oh, that's fun.
What's going on?
Not much, man. How's it been?
It's been pretty good. Pretty good. Went to my first fish swap ever a couple weeks ago. That was pretty cool. And I'm planning on going to the Keystone Clash in Pennsylvania at the end of September. So my very first like expo type thing. Not as good as Aquashella, but it'll still be pretty cool, I think.
Nice.
I think we are trying to go to Aquashella, but then we're also going to go to Reefapalooza.
Which one are you guys going to go to? The Dallas one? That's closer,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I might go to the Chicago one. I might. I doubt it, though. I really do. I want to go. A lot of cool people are going to be there, but I think this one in Pennsylvania will be about all I do this year. Traveling's a little hard for me these days.
Yeah, it's expensive too.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Like there's 7 people in chat.
So, what's up, DMC S? Hey, Patty. What's up, Rico Stan?
That's me.
Hey, Deborah. What's up, Rockford?
Marcos.
Hey, Kat.
Is it Marcos or Marco?
Marcos.
Oh, I thought it was Marco. I didn't think there was an S.
It's with an S.
Well, let us know in the Fishkeeping inside.
I mean, we've already got an S in the chat, so we don't need another one. Right. Oh, it is with an S. Okay. You're right. I was wrong. I don't know why I thought it was Marco.
He lives in California.
S.
Does that mean you have to add the S because he lives in California?
No, but I just remembered he was at George's house.
Oh.
Which we need to go to as well. Soon. Maybe.
I need to.
He's not in chat, so we don't have to abide by that.
Rico, do you have anything new in your fish room?
Oh boy, since the last time we talked?
Uh-huh.
Wow, that's been, yeah. Did I have the 75 up and running last time we've talked? I don't know if I did. All the fish that are in there.
You said you were going to, and you got plans for it and stuff, right?
It's been up and running now for, a couple months, and it's all fish fam fish. Everything in there, except I got some gold laser cories from Aquahuna, but everything else, I got crabenzas from Jess, Main's tail fern fins. I got black ruby barbs from Jadrin. I got Bozeman. Oh no, excuse me. Denison barbs from Dan's Fish. I've got. I'm trying to think of all the stuff that's in there. Mystery snails from Lav. There are some Raphael spotted cats. Those came from Aquatic Arts, so I guess that's not really fish fam. But I did use Alex from the Secret History Living in Your Aquarium. I used his code. So at least there's some fish fam connection there. And I've got a blue lobster in this tank here. Not as cool as yours, your shrimps, your mantis shrimps, but still, he's awesome. I love him. His name is Zoidberg, and he is so cool.
Did you see that crayfish we got?
I did. In fact, the day you got him was I got mine like just a couple days later because I saw yours. Isn't yours like a galaxy one or something? It's blue and purple or something?
The Australian crayfish Anthony has.
Oh, I don't know if I did see that.
I did put a video out on it, but nobody watched it.
Oh, I usually try to watch everything.
Yeah, no, it's just because the last time she put out a video was like 2 to 6 to 8 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, the algorithm is all screwed up.
What have you been doing instead of making videos?
Living life, responsibilities.
I think it's Anthony's fault. I think it's Anthony's fault.
Yeah, just blame him.
Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna pull up the Swiss Aquatics channel.
Wait, what? I think it has something to do too because I changed my name without explaining
Probably.
it.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows it's you, I think.
I don't think a lot of people do.
Huh.
Some people still get confused.
Yeah, today somebody was confused.
Oh, that's right. I think she's in here, actually. Didn't I see Ames? Maybe she's not in here. Ames was confused. She wasn't sure if you were if Zen Ginger was you or Swiss Aquatics was you. I don't. I
That's
guess
why.
Ames is not in here, but yeah, I did see that.
Hey, Jess. Hey, Jason.
Well, Anthony maybe can show us that crayfish because he's right next to it.
That would be
The
cool.
light over
I
here.
love them. They are so
And-
cool.
Yes.
If you can give me a minute to get the light, I can.
And
Um,
Jason says responsibility is overrated. I mean, unfortunately, I have to pay my bills. and then I have a kid that needs to eat too. So,
Feed them once a week. They're fine.
yeah,
Throw a can of SpaghettiOs at him. He'll be all right.
right. He probably would love that, actually.
I used to live on those when I was a kid. Canned SpaghettiOs.
SpaghettiOs.
I said when I was a kid, but it was actually when I first moved out. I was like 16 or 17 years old, moved out of the house, and I lived off of those canned SpaghettiOs for a long time.
Yep. Terry's found his way in here too. Hello, Terry. And ooh, bills sounds like adult stuff. Yes, responsibilities.
It's good to see all you people. I don't see anybody I don't know. It's always nice when you see new people, but I guess you guys will do.
We'll do okay. Jason says release him back into the wild so they can run free and become little feral ones. He kind of already behaves like one, so it wouldn't make a difference.
Wait, is he talking about the crayfish or your kid?
My kid.
Oh.
My kid actually today, his grandma was watching him for 2 hours here at my place, and the little one took the opportunity to go into my mantis shrimp tank and move things around.
Oh.
He wouldn't have done that if I was here because he would know the consequences.
Yeah.
But grandma was watching him. So,
Now, it could have. Would you think it would have hurt him?
you're breaking up. No, the mantis shrimp,
Uh-oh.
if you go in there and you start being all wild, he'll just go and hide.
Oh, okay. Okay. Am I still breaking up, or is it okay?
It was a little choppy for a little bit, but
Okay.
it's better now. And yeah, I guess he's not allowed to go into my bedroom anymore when grandma's watching him.
Still people trickling in. I see Crystal and Lance Jones.
Oh, Crystal. Haven't seen her in a while.
Now, I swear you did a video about getting a crayfish. Was that Anthony's then?
That was on my channel, on the Swiss Aquatics channel.
You made one 2 months ago, 3 months ago, something like that,
No,
right?
It was like a week ago.
Oh, see, I swear I thought it was you. Somebody showed one that was like a galaxy. It was like blue and purple.
No, I titled it Pet Crayfish Destructor.
Oh, I can't remember who that was then. Man, I thought it was you. That's so weird. But whoever it was, I saw that thing and I was like, man, I want to have one of those. And then I just happened to stop into this. We have a chain here in the Northeast called Country Max. It's like a Tractor Supply type place. And I just happened to stop in there and they had one for $20 and I had to have him. He's so
That's
awesome.
pretty cool.
He's molted quite a few times and
There he is.
yeah, he looks a lot like that. Oh, I was gonna make it full screen. Anthony,
I don't
There
have
I
the
can.
power.
he looks. Except yours has It looks like there's more color, like orangish color. What is that? What I'm seeing?
You should throw some food in there.
He's
He's-
darker blue too.
He's an Australian crayfish.
So what do they call them? Yabbies? Yabbies?
Cherax Destructor.
Jerax the Destructor. Nice. What's their nickname over there?
Blue Yabby.
Yabby.
This is so funny. This is one of the things I love about him. I swear it's almost like he never goes straight for the food, even though it falls almost right in front of him.
Oh, he's so awesome.
I
He
love it
runs
that when he
around all-
starts walking, he lifts up his tail.
He's all puffed up. He looks like he's on steroids.
Yeah.
You even lift, bro? You even lift?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Those are some awesome colors, though. Mine is just blue. Doesn't have the orange, and yours has a lot darker blue on his claws.
Yeah, he's pretty big too.
Yeah, mine's not that big. Although he is getting pretty good size now. He's molted like 4 times.
He's trying to find the food.
He's so cool. I love those. I'm really moving more towards invertebrates. I mean, I have shrimp and stuff in most of my tanks, but I really want to start having more of those. Look at him. I'm enamored. I just love them. They're so cool.
Awesome.
Now, where'd you get him, Anthony?
This is when we took the trip down to San Diego
Oh,
to
okay.
Aquarium Fish Depot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's native to Australia, so GRB and Nathan Fishboy probably see those all the time. Or I've never seen it before. That's why we're like, gotta get it.
Hey, GRB. Hi, Crystal.
How did they get the name Yabby? I mean,
I mean,
Yabos
you-
mean something different to me, but that's close.
Do you
Yabos.
understand the Australian language?
Yeah, it is strongly rooted in British, right? They have all their little Bob's your uncle type things, and the Australians definitely picked up on that very well.
Maybe GRB can answer that one for us.
I was hoping he would. Yeah.
Crystal's asking, who's planning on going to Aquashella Chicago? I want. It's just
Oh, we might. I really want to go, but I don't know. That's not a horrible drive. I think it's probably like it's probably about 10 hours, I imagine. 10-hour drive. I still have a brother who lives in that area, and that's about it. But I'd have some place to stay, I guess.
It isn't completely horrible, I suppose.
Yeah.
So we do have a topic for tonight. How does your aquarium do with the heat? Aquariums? I mean, most people in chat have multiple aquariums.
This is a good topic. I'm new, right? I've been keeping fish for just about a year now. We're real close to about a year as an adult. I mean, I had them when I was a kid, but and I really haven't had to deal with hot temperatures too much. So I'm interested in what people do. We don't have air conditioning. We normally don't need it. It's usually 70s here. We live right on Lake Ontario, so we have 32 windows in this small 1,500 square foot ranch house. We open up all the windows and the breeze comes through. Yeah, the whole north side of the house is windows. So we don't have air conditioning. We don't normally need it. We have some little window ones that we use, on those weeks that are bad. So, but I'm curious on what everybody does. Do people actually use those chillers? Do they turn off the lights and turn off anything that generates, any type of heat at all, any type of energy? I'm very curious on what people do.
Usually where I live, it's not that hot either in Colorado. There's maybe a month where it gets in the upper 90s or something, but then we also have these window AC units for a month, and that's it. But the last week, it's been 100 degrees.
Yeah.
And I have one good air conditioner. And that one good air conditioner is in this room with my shrimp tanks. So the rest of the place is just hot.
Gotcha. And has it caused any issues yet at all?
So yeah, my saltwater tank is in my bedroom where I don't have an AC in there, and I try to not get it above 80 degrees. So I have this little cooling fan that sits in the back, and it blows to the surface and evaporates. So it keeps it at like 80 degrees, luckily. But that's it.
Just that one little thing makes that big of a difference, huh?
Yeah.
Just the fans.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Maybe that's what I should do. I mean, I have lids on all the tanks.
Well, let me grab this fan real quick. I'll show you. It's pretty cool.
Terry says he has to add fans, but it stays reasonable in his basement.
I have this little USB one. This thing's old as hell. It's one of those ones that you can program. It's got messages, so you can make it say stuff as it spins. And of course, every message I've ever made has been very inappropriate, but that's just me.
Plug it in. Let's see what's on it right now.
No.
Hey, Mark.
Actually, I don't think there's anything on it right now, to be honest. I think it's all.
Let's find out together. Oh, device is not connected. I think Rico will be back. But check this out, guys. Actually looks pretty sweet. Sneak peek. Sneak peek. I think a video will come out later. So yeah, it gets pretty darn hot where I'm at. A lot of people think Southern California, Los Angeles, you can't get that hot, but my house isn't exactly new, so I don't think there's a whole lot of insulation on the outside walls. And I know for darn sure most of the windows are pretty cheap.
Yeah.
So things get pretty hot. These cubes got up to 78, I think, or 80.
I think you said 80 degrees. It went to 80 degrees one day.
Yeah. So it gets pretty warm in here.
How long were they at 80 degrees? Was it for an extended period, or just like during the day, or?
Probably during the day. I cooled the room down at night, but yeah, I was hoping to keep Caradina in there, and I don't know if it's going to happen because the peak heat hasn't even happened yet.
Yeah,
and at that time is when night doesn't cool down quite as much.
Yeah.
I do have one of those portable ACs with the vent going out the window.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really work great.
I thought almost all houses in around LA would have central air.
Not really. Only new construction.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have to pay to have it put in, and it ain't cheap.
No. I mean, I lived in Arizona, so every house in Arizona has air conditioning.
Yeah, I mean, it's a must there.
Yeah.
But I do have central air. It's just I did some construction outside, got lazy, and didn't want to rip out the rest of the concrete, so I hired some people to do it.
Uh-oh.
And then my AC didn't work.
Oh.
So, yeah. I just haven't gotten it fixed because I haven't put down concrete in that area yet.
Now, are you staying in that house, or is that house okay? Okay, I wasn't sure if maybe that house was going to be like on the market and you were going to be buying a new house in the future, or not anytime soon.
Maybe not anytime soon.
Gotcha. I wasn't sure about the plans with, things changing with people's relationships and such.
I was like, wait, where's this going?
Oh, you knew where it was going.
Took a really long trip around.
Anyway, here's the fan.
Oh, so it's made for that.
Yeah, it's made
Oh,
for
okay.
aquariums. It's a Sea Breeze Nano by JBJ, and it's an aquarium cooling fan. So it's designed so you can sit it on the rim, like here goes the rim, basically. And then it sucks air in here and it blows it out on top onto the water surface.
And how much do those run?
I think $30.
Okay.
So
I mean, it's not bad if you only have a few tanks, but
yeah. I mean, I just use it on on my saltwater tank.
yeah.
But it
So-
works
Yeah,
great.
so I'm gonna be getting a couple of them for these two because I really, really want to keep Caradina. I'm hoping it stays cool enough.
It's just going to be more evaporation.
It's fine. It's fine.
So my tanks are all between 74 and 77 right now.
That's not bad.
The one of them has got Bosemani rainbows in there, so that's the highest one. And that's actually a little low right now, too. I don't have any of the heaters actually on. But we still get cold. I mean, like I said, I lost some guppies, and I did some ponds this year for the very ponds or tubs for the very first time ever. And you know, we had a couple of 90-degree days, which were record setting for us. And I thought, okay, it looks like it's going to be warm. I'm going to go ahead and put the tubs together, put some guppies out there, and we got down into the 40s, and quite a few of them died, unfortunately. But the shrimp did fine. Shrimp did fine in that, you know, they're down in the high 40s. They had no problem with it at all. And not all of them did. Not all of them died. But I don't think it's a problem going forward.
Yeah, so I was planning on doing a summer tub here in Colorado, but the fluctuation is just way too big from day to night. Because it's sometimes like 100 degrees during the day, and then it's like 60 or upper 50s at night.
Yeah.
And
But
that's just...
if the tub is deep enough, that shouldn't be a major issue, right? Because it shouldn't the whole tub wouldn't
Well, it wasn't going to be
fluctuate.
buried over there.
Oh, gotcha.
It was just it was one of those
ICP.
IBC
Oh,
IBC.
boats.
yeah. Those are good. I
So,
just did
yeah,
a kiddie pool.
Plans with that have changed. So not this weekend, obviously, because I'm still not there, but next weekend should be putting something together.
What all are you going to put out there then? Just shrimp, or are you going to put guppies, or what did you say you were going to put out there?
It'll still be guppies, but hopefully there will be a video because I think it'll be a pretty cool setup.
Nice. Mine's not cool. I didn't even make a video of it. It's we had a kiddie pool in the basement for the dogs. In the summertime we, fill it up and let the dogs swim a little bit. Just one of those plastic ones. It's only like maybe, 4 or 5 inches deep. And then I also have an actual tub that's pretty deep. It's like a 22 gallon, I think. And that one's got Peter Mob Guppy. I got some of his swordtails. And those are in there now, and they're doing great now. And then the other one I got from Weldon Tanks, that's got some of his blue yellow metal heads that are in there, and they're doing okay now. I mean, like I said, I lost them the other night. It was like a week ago.
I'm actually wondering how those swordtail guppies would do a little bit colder, just because they have the Endler gene in them. So I wonder if that would help them go a little colder.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. So we'll find out.
I have them as well.
I didn't lose any of those. It seems like a lot of people do. Those things are all over the United States, man. They're very prolific.
Yeah, and then Jesse has Mob Guppy has the lower swords. So it's the lower part of the tail.
Gotcha.
That's the sword. Jesse, I don't know if he still does, but he had the upper swords. So it was the upper part.
Wow. And do they look otherwise? Do they look a lot alike? That sort of that peachish color with the sort of the sheen on the
I
side.
haven't seen them. He was just telling me about the tail because we were talking about genetics.
And that's a good segue. Is it the male or the female that carries the gene for the tail? Do you know?
I believe it is the male.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I believe it is the male, though. Hey, Steven.
Hmm.
Stephen?
It's Steven.
Steven? Okay.
Yeah. A lot of people call him Stefan and he gets a little upset.
Sorry, Steven.
He doesn't really get upset, but you know what I mean.
Jess said you could wrap the top at night, maybe. Yeah, but the thing is, like, I got like about 2 months, and after that, it's gonna go down to the 40s at night.
I think
Yes.
the future plan is going to be much more awesome anyway.
Yeah,
What is that?
doing it
Come on.
inside.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Still
I
do
want
it.
to do an actual pond. I mean, we have a decent. Our yard's not huge, but we have an acre. It's at just under an acre total. It's lakefront though, so it's a nice area. And we have one part of it that we don't do anything with at all. It's just I have a guy come every year and a half or so and just mow down all the stuff in there, and it'd be awesome to put a pond over there. Excuse me. But
Snap! Look who's back from the dead. What's up, Chris?
Chris,
I don't think I know Chris John. Hi, Chris John. Nice to meet you. Or maybe I do know Chris John. I'm horrible with names.
Yeah.
I'm horrible with names. Can I say something real quick that's off topic here? Jess, I'm still very excited about the Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Still, if we're still going to do it, really, really interested in it. And if anything I can do to help you get ready for it, let me know. And I do know Chris. I'm sorry, Chris. I suck at names.
And I'll stay on that topic, Jess. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it because I was hoping to have time because I'd really like to try it out, but I don't think I'm gonna have time.
That would have been fun. I didn't know you were going to play too. I
was
wasn't sure who everybody
but
was.
I need sleep.
Sleep? Yeah, I shouldn't say anything. Like I said, I'm normally usually I go to bed about 3 hours ago. But how could I, refuse you two? I mean, you guys ask me something, I'm going to jump at it.
Sweet. Hey, if you'd like to send me some of those.
Which ones? What do you want?
I'm kidding.
That's a good thing though. I actually want to. I'm going to start watching the videos of people sending fish and stuff, so I can start sending some out. I want to get rid of my guppies. Not all of them. I'm going to keep Peter's, but I've got 2 other strains that I only have 10 tanks in here, and 4 of them have guppies in them. So I want to get rid of the guppies and move to something else and just keep the one. This tank right here has got Peter's mob guppies swords in it. So I want to. I don't know what I want to put in the other tanks, but I want to move to something else.
With those guppies, you could really just colony breed them. They do super well as long as you feed them.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
And I need to move if you really wanted to get into it, there's so many genetics in there that you could start splitting them up and going for different genetics.
See, that would be cool. I would like to get more color there. Some of them, like I have one male that's got like a lot of red in the tail. He's got a super long dorsal, and he's got some colors in him, but a lot of them are just sort of peach without a lot of color. So I would definitely like to get more color in there. I don't know what color, just more color.
Can be done. I'm
I
sure.
got too many tanks. I'm trying to downsize, but I just can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be
I
hard.
never actually fully set up my fish room the way I planned, so I'm gonna have to probably do another video on how that's changing yet again.
I did see one of yours where you were putting something. Maybe it was your the airline or something. I don't remember what I watched, but I
Could've
did
been.
watch something of yours with your fish room, or you're putting together stuff. Maybe when you got your air pump, your
My my piston pump
yeah, maybe that's what it was.
may very well have been.
You know, he runs that air through his whole house, 2 different areas of his house.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Here, let's check this out. So I have my goldfish tank in my living room. Gotta get up. Ah. Hey, look at all that stuff up there.
Yeah, just walk. Keep walking.
Look at all that stuff up there. I have those too. Oh, you can't see them. Mine are. There's some of them up here. Most of them. I
So
think they're
on
under
the
this
other
way.
side of this wall is the goldfish tank. So I have it dropping right here and going right through the wall. Hey, if it's powerful enough, why not?
Yeah. Yeah. Why run more pumps? GRB asked if I have any restrictions on ponds due to being lakefront. No, nothing like that at all. The only thing, we're not allowed to spray certain things because we're in an important aquifer. So we're not allowed to spray certain chemicals and things like that. But as far as doing ponds, no, nothing like that. Well, I shouldn't say restrictions because I do have restrictions on what I can keep in New York State, indoors or outdoors. As far as like natural fish or invasive fish and things like that. That would be the only restrictions. But
Do you
that's
have
not
any
anything to do
cool
with the lake.
stuff in
I'm
the
sorry?
lake you can catch and keep?
There's some really weird gray area there. You're not supposed to keep stuff, but our property actually is lakefront. So if something wiggles its way onto the high tide line, I can legally have it. It's on my property.
Oh,
So there's a weird. Now, how many fish are going to wiggle their way up there? I mean, I have to go in the water to get them. But anything that goes to the high tide line, as far as plants and things like that, legally, I can take anything. It's on our property.
interesting.
But I do want to collect some of the natural stuff. I don't even know what's out there. I have no idea what kind of I got to imagine like Maple Street. They do all the natural stuff. They collect a lot of the fish in their area. I got to imagine it's pretty close to the same type of things they have.
Interesting.
We got away from your subject, though, about the heat and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It happens.
I'm curious so the fan does seem to work. And I'm not even going to pick up that other fan because last time I touched it, my webcam died. So they have chillers out there too, don't they? Are those expensive?
So they are expensive to purchase and expensive to run.
Okay.
I mean, a little chiller for a 20-gallon is probably what, $300 plus?
Yeah.
$400.
Brand new $400.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. That's not going to happen.
And then running it is like running an AC.
Yeah.
So one of the things I thought about doing if those fans don't end up being enough is to put a little mini fridge on the other side of the wall over here and seriously run some line through it with a slow pump to
Gotcha.
keep it going. And then they do have those Inkbird temperature controllers that have both the
the warm and the
cooling and the warmth.
Yeah.
Although I would only need the cooling.
Yeah. I like the ink birds. I only have the type that does the warm part, but when I first started my first tank up, my little cheap heater died like after I don't know 2 weeks, 3 weeks after the tank was actually up and running, had fish in it and cycled and stuff. It stuck on and cooked most of the fish. The temperature was like over 100 in there, and after that, I put controllers on all of them. There's controllers on every single tank. The Inkbirds. I learned my lesson. I wasn't going to cook any more fish. So at least if the heater dies, okay, that's all right. But it can't at least get stuck on and cook anything,
Yeah.
Yeah. I try to avoid heaters as much as possible. I just try to keep this room at 74 degrees all year round.
See, in the wintertime, which again we get very cold. We're on the cusp of the second snowiest spot in the lower 48. So we get a ton of snow, and it gets pretty cold. I mean, not like North Dakota cold, but it gets pretty cold. And we keep the inside of the house at 62 in the wintertime. We get used to it. You get acclimated. You really do. I mean, I wear slippers and because I'm retired, so I'm allowed to wear slippers all day.
Right.
But we wear hoodies and stuff inside the house, but the temperatures are 62, so I have to have heaters in all the tanks. I shouldn't say all the tanks, but most of the tanks. Everything I currently keep does need at least higher than 62. Hey,
Yeah.
Chattanooga Ed.
What temperature do you typically try to heat your tanks up to?
It just depends. Like the Bozemantis, they go higher, because they like it. They like it higher. They like around 80. So I actually have them around 78. Guppy tanks are usually 76 around there. The main one here, that one, the 75, it's 76. Yeah, it's set at 76. My other Guppy tank is set at 77. So yeah, there's a range.
Are you able to pull your heaters in the winter or in the summer?
I don't pull them. I leave them in there, but I just unplug them.
Mhm.
I figure it's not going to do anything,
Just waterlock them.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly, I'd say to do that just because I don't know what it is. I've had some heaters of the same model running in a tank just fine, but decided to pull a different one out and have done it quite a few times and try to use it again, and it doesn't work.
gotcha.
So I don't know. I don't know if it's a thing or what, but it's happening to me. So
It's
take
probably a
it for
common.
what it is. I don't know.
Yeah, I do have a few extra ones, and I'd prefer not to use the heaters, but like I said, it's pretty much from December until, well, even into May. I mean, we get snow after Mother's Day quite often, so even into May, I run them and then unplug them from that point on.
Hey Ed, hey Kirk.
Oh, Fishyman, are you going to go to that Keystone Clash there in Pennsylvania? It's in Morgantown. I guess it's not too far from you, Mr. Manifesto said.
Oh yeah, Mr. Manifesto said they can ride together, right?
Yeah, they were going to carpool. Love to meet you there if you go, Fishyman. And Ed, I still don't have your address, buddy. You were supposed to text me, remember? I can't send you a shirt until I get the address. Ed today, Ed got me a shirt at Aquashella, just like you, Priscilla, right? He got you a shirt.
Yeah.
Very cool of him. I asked him to, but I mean, still very cool. And today he said, how about instead of paying me for the shirt, you just send me one of yours? And I thought he meant one of my shirts. Just the shirt that I wear. I wasn't thinking, because I don't remember. I actually have merch. I have a shirt. I've had it for Oh yeah, I've had it for way before I ever did YouTube. I mean, I've had it for years and years. It's just my avatar. Um, it's just my face all the way down. It's just as huge. It looks like Jesus wearing glasses. You know.
Kenny!
Hey, what up, Kenny?
So I thought he meant one of my T-shirts that I wore.
He wants
and
the
not
one off your back.
Yeah, not the ones. I was like, hey, if you really want one of my shirts, all right, should I wash it
Not
first?
washed.
Or, yeah, what the Rico smell on it.
You should send Ed one of Anthony's shirts.
Anthony has merch.
No. Well, he has a few shirts, but he's not selling it.
Oh,
anywhere.
gotcha.
It says, I need to know what he smells like.
Patchouli and mothballs. I think that's probably the best combination there. I don't have a lot of Fish Fam shirts. I have one of Ed's. I have one of James, Fish Room Fever. I have an Aquarium Co-op. I have Fantastic Freaks. And I think that's about it. So if anybody...
I have like 38 shirts from Fish
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if people want to send me shirts, I would take them. I would take them. Just if you have some extras, laying around, you know where to send them.
Yeah, when I go over there, I wear a Fish Fam shirt usually.
Yeah, every time.
I don't remember who I wore last time.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
Ed.
just takes my shirts.
Oh, Ed's. I wore Ed's to the fish swap that I went to, and somebody recognized it. I thought that was pretty cool. And somebody recognized me. I was like, what? I mean, I have an incredibly small channel, and I was talking with KGE Aquatics. He sells a lot of plants and stuff on Facebook. He does YouTube too. Super nice guy. He sells Dr. Bacelier's food and a bunch of other plants and just all kinds of stuff. And I was talking to him, and we were talking about Rachel O'Leary, and I said that I interviewed her, and this lady was standing next to me, and she goes, I watched that. She had like an Irish accent. I guess she lives right up around the lake from me, and she watched it, and she goes, oh yeah, and then I subscribed and watched all your stuff. You're doing a great job. And I was like, oh my God, somebody recognized me. I was like, woo.
That's cool.
It's a weird feeling.
It is. I still get creeped out when I'm at the store and I'm working and helping somebody out, and then all of a sudden they know my name and stuff, and I'm like,
yeah,
what?
It's different for guys and girls, though. I think
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Well, I think one, it's different for a male and a female, but also she's at a place of work where she works and they know she works.
Oh yeah.
So it makes it quite different in that manner.
Yeah, definitely.
I've had one time a customer. He was asking me plant questions for like an hour. And then after an hour, he goes like, oh, Priscilla, by the way, I follow you on Instagram and YouTube. And I'm like, okay, do you need anything else about it?
Yeah, that's like somebody showing up at your house and knowing your name. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Ed said he needs a Patty shirt.
Ew, Patty has a shirt?
I don't think so, but I would like a Patty shirt too.
They just want you to take your shirt off, Patty.
Well, yeah, that too.
That's funny. So does anybody in chat has any great ideas on how to cool your tank? Easy, cheap ways.
See you, Jess.
A water bottle, frozen water bottle can help too, but I feel like that would maybe make it too cool.
I think it depends on the size of the tank.
Yeah. Now, one guy said ice cubes, and I was thinking that didn't sound like a good idea at all. Now, for people like us, you don't have to worry about the water. I mean, we don't. We have a well, so don't have to worry about chlorine or anything like that. But it doesn't seem like a good idea to actually put ice cubes in the tank. It seems like it's too drastic. Plus, who knows
Yeah,
what else
I
you're
would.
putting in there with it.
Well, I guess it would depend on the water source you use, right? Because I actually have these. I mean, most of the people know I'm a whiskey guy,
Oh, you have those
and I have
stones?
these whiskey ice ball,
Yeah,
molds.
yeah,
And I recently got a pretty darn dope 7-stage RODI system.
gotcha.
I want to make it with that water so they come out crystal clear.
Yeah. Have you ever tried those whiskey stones?
I have.
Do you
And
like
depending
you
on
like
the
the ice cube?
whiskey, they are nice.
Yeah,
Whiskey that you really don't want diluted much, they're really nice.
gotcha. Ed was asking, cool it consistently or just quickly because it got too hot? Consistently, right? We want it to be. Hey, there's Michael Wentworth.
What up, Mike? We're looking for a long-term or longer term. Like, we're in the summer, so people typically might have to find ways to cool their tanks for a few weeks or a couple months.
Yeah, so I try to not get my Caradina above 78 degrees just because it speeds up their life cycle so much faster, being hotter. And yeah.
So
one of the things I do plan on doing in my fish room, which I didn't do this past week, and I can't believe I didn't, don't ask me why, is to run a fan in there. That way my tanks at the top don't get too much hotter than the tanks at the bottom. So the air is just circulating and maintaining a constant temperature.
And Terry brings up a good point there. Most of our tropical fish can go a lot higher in temps than we think they can.
Mm-hmm.
But I think also, and if we're talking about for a month, some places maybe it might be that way for a month. It just seems like, yeah, they could go that high, but are you shortening their lifespan? You know what I mean?
Yep.
A month for a fish that lives for 2 years. How much, and maybe we're not at all. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. Does that shorten their lifespan at all?
Well, the thing
Hey,
is, too,
Dirk.
like, most fish would do fine, probably almost close to 90 degrees, but it changes your whole tank. Like, not just the fish.
Yeah.
Like, it changes.
Especially if you keep a lot of
everything.
plants.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Plants like to be much cooler, right? Plants don't usually do well like that. Hey, Derek.
It can melt faster if it's too hot.
Fan without a lid would be my best way. And in the basement. I can't wait to move into the basement. I got to wait till one of my adult children move out. But when one of them do or both of them do, I'm going to have a quarter of the basement for my fish room. And it's a good-sized basement.
Steven has a pretty cool idea. It's kind of similar what I was thinking of doing with the mini fridge.
Yeah.
But run it through a radiator and put fans on the radiator.
Like a water-cooled PC. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Hello, Derek. Haven't seen him in forever.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Anyway, my only AC is in this room, and the rest of the place is hot. I hope it's not going to last too long. I hope it's going to be like end of August, where it's not going to be too hot anymore.
It'd be nice if it ended by next weekend.
Yes.
So selfish. I just want to look at the next week's temperatures just to give you an idea of what they're going to be here.
Although I'd appreciate not getting stuck in a snowstorm again.
So tomorrow is 81, Monday 88, Tuesday 64. I mean, 24-degree temperature difference between those 2 days. And then 70s for the rest of the week after that. And then the lows at night go from Tonight it's 58. Tomorrow 66, and then 50s for right about 60 for the next week. So there's still quite a bit of, 60 degrees is good for sleeping. That's about it. And again, we leave all the windows open. My daughter has an air conditioner in her room, but we don't have one anywhere else. Hey, there's Kevin.
Yeah,
Hey, Kevin.
I just don't want to buy another AC. It's like $300 for another
Yeah,
AC.
yeah. Plus, it's just all that extra electricity that I hate to use those types of resources. You know what I mean?
Well, somebody recently got some solar panels.
Oh,
Yeah, there's solar panels on the roof now. Power
Nice.
doesn't matter anymore. But for
Nice.
example, the bedroom doesn't really need an AC because right now it's 11 o'clock and it's 70 degrees outside and it's going to be 60 the low. So I just
Yeah.
have to put a box fan into the window and
Yep.
cold air will come in by the time I go to sleep.
Yeah.
So
Wait a minute, I'm missing something in the chat here. So the Rico is just too far up there, man. Wait, that doesn't sound right, or maybe it does. And then what? You don't want to be alone with him, Fishymon.
Yes, GRB, if you're drinking RODI water,
Oh,
like
gotcha.
for the sake of drinking water, it's bad for your health. But I just want to see how crystal clear I can make ice balls.
That's a
And I'll
serious
be
whiskey
drinking it
drinker.
with whiskey. So
Yeah. Serious whiskey drinker.
I'm
Yeah,
drinking the
drinking
whiskey, not
RODI
like
is
the whole
bad.
ice is not going to melt.
Yeah, I had a friend like that. He was gin though. He was all about the gin, and he used those whiskey stones in his gin because he didn't want it to dilute it at all. Now, Priscilla, how are the solar panels hooked up? Is there a battery, or is there? I have a mustache hair that's like sticking up. I can see it, and it's bugging the hell out of me.
we can't see it.
Maybe if I get close. It's like sticking up just enough. It's in my, it's in my view.
It's like you're gonna
There's
pull
a-
a Bob.
You got it?
Don't do that.
Bob Taylor would do that. The solar panels. Well, I think it's like 23 panels that are like 2.5 by 3 feet each.
Are they connected just to the grid, or do they have like a battery there at home, or how does it? Do you know?
So
How does it?
they're all on the roof snapped together, and then it comes down on the side of the house, and there's like a huge box.
Probably like a Tesla battery or something.
It's not a Tesla battery. It's another type of battery, but there is a battery panel out there.
Cool. I've been dying to go with the solar panels, even though, I mean, we're not as we get more rain, we get more precipitation than the Pacific Northwest, but we have more sunny days than they do as well. We just get bigger storms where they are gray all the time, right, Kenny? Kenny can vouch.
Yeah, we have a lot of Sundays here in Colorado. I didn't realize that we have that many Sundays, actually.
Yeah, you guys have quite a few. Power cell, okay.
Yeah, and it's like 50 feet long and maybe 10 feet wide.
And are you still connected to the grid then?
Yes. So they just
Do you
installed
sell-
it like a month ago, and I think it still was running on the power from the power company, and it's gonna switch over soon.
Okay. And
So
do
it's
they
not-
actually pay you? Can you make money off of it if you generate more? Does it go into the grid, or do you know if it's only because in certain places you can sell back energy that you generate?
Yeah, I think the power company takes the excess power,
Okay.
or the ones that provided the solar panels.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Takes the extra.
I'm really curious about all of that. We get a lot of breeze and a lot of wind here. We want to do the wind panel or the windmill or some type of wind. Doesn't have to be a windmill. They have other types nowadays too that different things. But wind
it
power.
costed like $40,000,
Yeah.
like onto the house property value or whatever.
So our taxes are pretty high here, property taxes. So that would actually increase my property taxes quite a bit. But oh well, it'd be worth it. I would love that.
I think you
I
actually
really want to
can
do it.
deduct
That's
it from the
something I've thought of. Like, it'd be cool to have solar, but do I really want the property taxes to go up that much?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess if it was efficient enough, and your electricity bill was non-existent, and at least you were
Yep.
saving a little bit of money, or even breaking even, it would be worth it just to know that you're generating that clean electricity.
Mhm.
And I get it. They're not entirely clean because of the making them and the battery and all that stuff. But still, you're not generating from coal or from whatever else. I don't know what they use in LA, but I can't imagine coal.
There's a lot of different programs you can pick from to go with, like where you buy the solar panels right out, all the power is yours, then they have to pay you to take some of your excess power, or you can save your own power with a Tesla battery, because apparently the Tesla battery is the only battery that can save the most amount of power.
Gotcha.
Or you basically just lease the solar panels and they're not your own, and then
Yeah.
you get a certain percentage from that. There's so many different programs you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
enroll into.
Wow, we really got off on a tangent there, didn't we?
Yeah. But it's funny because he's always worried about the power and the water, right? And here I'm not worried about power and water at all, because my tap water is like RO water,
Yeah.
and now we have just solar panels. So yeah.
So
Like, she uses RODI for some of the stuff she does, especially all the shrimp. I could use the rejection water for my guppies and it still won't be hard enough. I'd have to remineralize her
Yeah.
rejection water.
Yeah, I have to remineralize my tap water for some things too, because my tap RO is like 50. My tap TDS is like 50 or something. Less than 50.
Our water is incredibly hard. There's like bugs flying around. That's why I keep doing this. I'm not just like there's because of the lights in my screen and my window right here is got some holes in it. I didn't know that until just recently. So there's actually quite a few little bugs in here. Anyways, our water is incredibly hard here. The well water, it's like, and I don't even know what's all in it. I have no idea how much calcium or phosphorus or anything else. I haven't had it tested, and I haven't bought those tests. I don't think there's copper because the shrimp are doing awesome, but there could be. But the TDS is real close to 500, and 500 is what the EPA says is unsafe. Anything above 500 is unsafe to drink. So
Okay.
we don't drink it. We use it for for cooking. We boil it and stuff, and showers and all that kind of stuff. But we don't actually drink it.
What's
But-
your TDS, Anthony?
For a while, I was hitting 5 to 550.
Yeah, so right
Yeah.
about the same.
So
100 more even.
more recently, what made me get the 7-stage RODI, I was at 675.
675. Wow. Wow,
Yeah.
that is crazy.
Yeah. And my tap is 50, and I'm still making RODI water.
So the RODI unit she uses lasts her like a year, right?
Yeah. Are you a
I
month?
made like 60 gallons and it was already starting to show TDS.
Jesus.
I got through the next 30 gallons and it was pretty destroyed.
Wow.
Got through the next 30 gallons that DI resin was disintegrated.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that is that is definitely some hard water.
Well, we went totally off topic with a bunch of different things,
Sorry.
but I think we were done with the topic anyway.
So it looks like the main thing is fans. Fans seem to be the choice, or
Yeah, I
not
think
worrying about it
fans,
too much.
unless you live in 110, 120 degree weather and you don't have AC.
If you live in that kind of weather regularly, you better get your ass some AC.
You know,
You know,
Arizona, I heard you can cook eggs on your car hood.
You can on the
I used
sidewalk.
to I used to walk on the blacktop barefoot, and it would melt. The blacktop would actually melt. You could take a stick and draw your name in it, but I could walk on it. But I start like in March when the temperatures are slowly going up, and by summertime the calluses on my feet were so thick that it didn't bother me. But
That's
yeah,
crazy.
you can really and we talked about swamp coolers. Where was that? We were on a different stream. Arizona, because it's so dry, you can use evaporative coolers or swamp coolers, which are just basically big boxes where you have cedar shavings or some types of shavings in like a filter, and there's a pump in it, and it pumps the water over these mats and pushes the air down inside the house, and it can be like 72 degrees air when it's 115 out,
Oh,
but
nice.
it only works until it's about 17% humidity or so. So most of the year it does work okay until the monsoon season comes in. But those evaporative coolers are cheap as hell to run. They don't cost anything compared to an air conditioner. I mean, 10% of what an air conditioner costs.
Hi, Kat.
What's Patty talking about? You never know with Patty.
Yeah. When my aunt used to live up north, they used a swamp cooler up there, and it was pretty nice. Can't use that down here.
No, you guys get high enough humidity that it doesn't. I mean, not that you're super humid, but you get enough of it. We could
It
never
gets
use it
pretty
here.
humid some of the days.
Yeah, we get very humid. I mean, it's yeah. I mean, 100% humidity is pretty common.
Yeah, I can't live in that.
Well, it's 72 degrees. 75 degrees most of the time. Like I said, we get amazing breezes right off the lake. You go just a few miles inland and it's miserable, but living right on the water, one of the I think Lake Ontario is like the 15th largest lake in the world. It's a massive thing that affects the weather big time.
Do you have a lot of humidity there too?
Yeah, that's what we were just saying. It gets 100% quite often.
Yeah, it's
Like
so
there's
dry
there's
here.
fog. There's fog quite a bit. Like a lot of mornings, you'll wake up and you're in the clouds. Because there's so much fog.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's super duper dry here in Colorado. If it gets to like 20% humidity, you're lucky. It's so dry.
Patty
See,
said,
maybe you gotta think of those swamp coolers.
Yeah. But
They
I
would
have
work there?
one of those little ones. It's called Arctic Breeze, where you put water in it.
yeah,
It has a little fan, but it runs out so fast.
I bet it's the same thing. Too
Yeah.
bad you can't figure out a way to keep the water, filling up, an auto top off or something.
Yeah.
I could put an ATO on there. Yeah.
There you go.
I'm gonna try that.
Speaking of auto, did anybody buy any of those auto feeders from the co-op? Are you interested in those?
No. I like to feed my fish.
I do too, and I don't have enough that I think it really matters. I think it'd be cool for people that go on vacation a little more often, or people that aren't retired, people that actually have to work.
Yeah, I don't know about buying nearly 80 of them.
Yeah, that seems like an awful lot.
I'm usually gone for maybe 2 days at a time or so, but I usually don't feed anything. And I don't have anybody feed anything either, or they're gonna overfeed or something.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'd rather just not feed anything for 2 days.
That's funny you said that you know maybe leave for 2 days. We use this app on our phones called Life 360. It lets you track where the kids are and stuff. I mean, my kids are adults; they're fine with it. It's just we use it, especially in the wintertime when the roads are so bad with the snow and stuff. It's just nice to know they're still okay or something if they're running late. Um, but it tells you, like it'll say Ariel, that's my daughter, uh, has been at home since 5:13. Michelle, my wife, home since 6:07. Rick, home since February 3rd. It's always like months and months that I haven't left the house. Theirs is always like a date, or I mean a time, and mine's always a date. It's months.
That's funny. That's so funny. I get that with Google Maps because it asks me to rate places I've been to.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, you visited this place in California. How was it? And then I click on it and it says, you were there 1 week ago. And I'm like, wait, what? Was I there 1 week ago?
It's sort of spooky too. They know where you're at.
Google tracks you for sure.
Oh yeah, they know everything. So yeah, Anthony, are you have any plans for when you hit 500 subs? Dragon Lair, hey Patrick. Any big plans for when you hit 500 subs? You're closing in on it. He's making that face.
He's like,
I don't know.
You don't know?
My initial plan. So I don't announce giveaways. I just don't do it. I feel like it should go to people who have been supporting me,
Yeah.
So if I do,
it'll be at some random date.
Not. Yep. Yeah. Like I hit 400 during a live stream, so I gave away some ONIP tabs.
Oh, nice. I haven't done a single one yet. I take that back. I did them on other channels. Like I did one on Dan's Fish. I did a couple on Fish Room Fever. I've never done a giveaway on my own channel for any of the things. And I'm pretty close to 500 now too. And I'm thinking I should probably do one. But I think I'll do the same thing you're saying, is just not announce it, but do it right in the stream, one of the normal scheduled streams. That's a better way.
Giveaways are a thing.
And like you said, you don't want people just to come in for the giveaway only, which happens, far more often. Hey, Jess is here.
Jess.
Hey, Dragonler. Hey, Jess.
Well, I guess it's late.
Yeah. Oh, man, we've been going for over an hour already.
Yeah. I have to work tomorrow. Still.
I don't.
That's nice.
Don't ever have to do that again unless I want to.
That's nice. I hope I get there too one day.
You will. Happens to most of us. That's the thing about getting old. Most of us do it.
I get to go do some pole dancing tomorrow.
Oh, you missed it earlier on the Rico stream. They were talking about cables and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Anthony would be the guy to ask. Because that's what he does all day.
Yeah. Unless it's electrical, I don't do electrical.
What do? You do mostly cable for,
I do with coax and like Ethernet cables, telephone cables.
And who do you work for, if you don't mind me asking, or is it
Blue Devil?
Oh, that sounds familiar. Why are you laughing? what?
That's not the actual name of the company.
Oh,
I
okay.
call them the Blue Devil.
Okay. Because it sounds
'Cause
familiar.
I don't want to actually say their name on one of my streams.
Okay, I understand.
It's a big blue round logo.
Yeah.
And it has
Okay.
a T in the name.
I have a friend who he's a vice president. He's one of the bigwigs for a company that does the contracting for that type of, like they did a lot of the Google Fiber, and they do all different kinds of projects like that. Not for any one company, just they contract out to all the different
Yeah.
companies. They run a lot of the backbones and stuff.
I was hoping to jump to Google when they come in the area. I don't know if they're going to or not.
Well, I think they've cut all their plans right now. I don't think they're doing any more expansion. Did you see that moth?
Mm-hmm.
Did
Yeah.
you see it? Oh, good, because that's the one that's been in my hair and just here, right here.
Be your friend.
Come here. You saw it.
Well, I want that service myself because the idea of paying it's hefty. It's a hefty amount to pay all in one lump sum, but it's lifetime internet.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
No more paying monthly fees. You're just done.
Yeah. You got it. When we were talking, Terry has pretty decent speeds. I think Mr. Manifesto said he had really good speeds. I was happy with what I have. I have 400 down and 20 up, and they actually so Spectrum came in and took over for Time Warner, and the price went down and the speeds went up. So I was like, oh, that's a nice thing. I mean, you don't normally see that. My price or my speed quadrupled. I was 100 down. So, 400 down was pretty damn good for a very, very rural area.
That's good if you pay less for more.
It's $80 a month, so it's not crazy,
Yeah, that's what I pay. About 80 a month.
Nice. Yeah, Rico, don't let anyone tell you need a higher speed because you don't.
I don't know. There's times, it's not so much the down, it's the up. 20
Yeah.
up, If I
So
had,
that's when fiber is just gorgeous because you get equal up and down.
Yep.
Kind of like a T1 connection,
Yeah.
but on steroids times
Way faster.
steroids to the steroids power or something.
Yeah, T1s aren't even that fast anymore. I mean,
Yeah, I
at
know.
one point they were, but I was an IT guy for 25 years, so that's kind of stuff is right up my alley.
Yeah. At one point it was, oh my God, you got a T1?
Yeah. Now that's nothing. Up is always a problem at Rico's age.
That's why I was looking.
I figured.
I asked if you have UV sterilizers. No, we do not. There's too many different ones under the sun. And I know if I buy 3 of the different ones, the person's going to come in and ask for the one I don't have. So, nope.
Oh, Steven's got a limit, a 1
She
terabyte.
might be able to order you.
Well, he can order that himself then, too.
Steven's got a limit of 1 terabyte data a month. That's pretty low.
That's probably on his cell phone, right?
No, he's talking about his home internet.
There are some areas where it's
We don't have any limits.
Yeah.
No limits. I'd be upset if we did. I'd be very.
I don't either.
At least not yet. Not yet. Yeah, HughesNet is pretty bad. And I don't know if they're still this way, but it used to be with all satellite. It was your down speed was, DSL-ish, but your upload speeds were dial-up. Your upload speeds were all through copper through dial-up. It wasn't, You weren't going back up to the satellite. You were just running out on copper.
Yeah.
Steven, he says he torrents so much stuff. Oh, you pirate.
And stream all you people.
I use IP torrents as well. I have a seed box though. I don't have a seed box, so everything goes to a seed box somewhere in Europe, and then I just FTP into it and download it here after it's all uploaded and shared out.
Nice.
I mean, it's a tough one sometimes if you have a lot of people living in one household and there's like 20 devices connected all at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like George when he tries to live stream, screaming at everybody to get off the internet.
You see, I want to dig into George's issue, though. I want to know what the actual problem is.
I don't get to watch his streams. It's usually too late for me, but he has problems quite often with it.
Yeah, a lot. I don't know if it's the ISP, if it's the router he has, just not reaching far enough. Don't know what it is. I need to dig into it. Because he has his router fairly in the center of his living area, like of his home, but his fish room is in his detached garage.
And he lives there, so it's probably cinder block walls, and at least in the garage, right?
Not cinder block, but stucco.
Oh, okay.
And the water wall.
Yeah, and then he has a lot of tanks on that wall now.
Oh, yeah.
As well, so water just kills Wi-Fi.
Yeah. He needs to maybe run a cable out there or something.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I'm thinking in a router, because I have wireless and routers I could give him, and that should be plenty sufficient to stream and whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to go run a cable for him.
Be a good friend.
Yeah.
But George, you're crawling through your attic.
Yeah.
That's my day off.
Oh, I didn't know Patty was in New York City. I knew you were pretty close, but I didn't know you were in the city.
I thought she was in New York State, not in New York City, like somewhere in New York.
I thought she was a little bit farther. I didn't think she was in the city. I don't know how people can do that. I don't know how anybody can live in a big city. When I was younger.
City, though.
What's that?
New York City is awesome, though.
No.
I don't know if I would want to live there, but I love to visit New York.
People.
I know.
There's people there.
I've been in a lot of places in this world, like in Europe and whatnot, like Italy, France, like a lot of places in Europe. And I've been in different places here in the States, but there's no city in the world like New York City. With all these different cultures.
Start spreading the news.
Yeah, basically. I love New York.
I just don't like cities anymore. I did when I was a kid, but I say kid, but when I say kid, I'm thinking into my 30s. I didn't mind it then, but I don't want anything to do with cities now. There's 1,500 people in our village. That's 20 square miles. I mean, 20 square miles is quite a bit of land, and 1,500 people spread out over that whole,
If I lived in a town of 1,500 people, I would still only know like 5 of them.
Yeah. The only reason I know a lot of... Go ahead.
I grew up in a town in a valley in Switzerland with 3,000 people. So first time I went to New York, it was like mind blowing.
Yeah. The only reason I know a lot of people is because I actually used to work at there was a little place that made labels here in town. I was an IT guy for them. So I met a lot of people through that. But that's the only reason I know people. I'd be the same as you, Anthony. I like being sociable, but on my own terms. So like this is perfect. But actually going, I really have one real close friend. and somebody I met online actually years and years ago. We played the same online game together, and we used to talk about the weather, and we always noticed that, yeah, he's in the middle of a snowstorm, and I was like, me too. Come to find out, he didn't live that far away from me, and our kids are about the same age, so they were good friends, and we used to go over there and just party and hang out for all the holidays and just everything. They were like family. That's it. That's my friend. I don't really have my other friends are you guys, or the Fish fam. That's it. Of course, I've got an awesome wife and kids, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I couldn't live in New York, but I just love visiting.
I don't even like to visit. There's just nothing for me in a city other than, like fish stores. And I, like Patty said, I need access to a city which has things and services. There's not much I need that way. I'm not, I don't need fancy restaurants, or there's a movie place not too far away so I can go watch a movie. I'm good with that. There's a lot of mom and pop restaurants around. That's good enough. That's all I need.
But you don't leave your house.
That's true. That's true. Anymore, I don't. Ever since I retired.
If I were to go to New York, I'm going straight to Broadway, so I need money.
Yeah, those shows can be very expensive. And that's what you talk about, right? Is going to see a show?
Yep. I cannot go to New York and not go see a Broadway show.
See, I don't like musicals.
I do. I love them.
So did my wife. She just absolutely adores all of them. Any TV show that, like, she was watching the TV show Lucifer last night, and there was a musical, and I can't even watch it. I just don't even, I don't like music. I love music. I just don't like musicals. I don't like when you're talking but you're singing. You're telling a story. You're walking around doing things, but you're singing. I just don't like it.
I don't know anything that is for everyone.
That's true. That's true.
I like to go to cities just because of food. Like, you go to New York, you find any type of food from the world.
Yeah.
Like, you can
I'm just
find
not that picky about food, though. I mean, I get that. There is good food, but I'm okay with popping something in the microwave. You know what I mean? I'm very easygoing and just how about a swingers club? Kayak, but I can kayak all I want. I could kayak to Canada if I wanted to. I mean, that's nothing. When it comes to nature, that's more my thing. Music and museums. I can go to local clubs and see live music and
I like architecture, like old stuff.
Yeah.
You see more in Europe, like not so much here, but
sure. Yeah. Like a lot of our stuff old here is like from the 1800s. Over there, it's like 1500s.
Yeah, like Switzerland was found 1291.
I'm missing the point, Patty said, but stay right there.
Oh, man. Well, we've been going for almost an hour and a half.
Thanks for having me, guys.
I think I'm ready to hit the hay almost.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost 1:30. It's 1:29 here.
It's 11:30 here.
Well, Rico, thank you for coming up. I appreciate you very much so, sir. You made this quite fun.
Good. Thanks for having me.
Had some good laughs.
And like I said before, I need to interview you. Priscilla was one of the first ones. First 4 or 5, I think, at least.
I think so.
Yeah, you were definitely. It's been a couple months.
Was I
and I'm at 20. I just did my 26th. John from KG Tropical was my 26th interview. So Anthony, I'd love to interview you though. So maybe I'll hit you up
10 out, right? I'll be number 36. That's my number.
Yeah, I'm about
any number.
I'm about 10. Actually, now it's 11 because I rescheduled somebody because Lisa from KG Tropicals actually said she would let me interview her. and she doesn't go on too many streams, so I'm pretty excited about that one. It's gonna be cool.
Nice.
So yeah, it's I don't know. I'll hit you up though, and we can work out a date for it.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Any last words?
Bye.
Keep it cool. I'm trying to think of something that goes with the topic.
Don't
Patty
cook
just
your
now
fish.
noticed my name. I had the name up there the whole time, and nobody said a single thing, Patty.
I was
I put
wondering
that up
about
there.
that in the beginning, and then I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna ask.
Yeah, don't ask. Don't ask. You don't want to know.
Well, thank you everyone for coming out. I appreciate all you in chat. Thank you, mods. Thank you, babe. Thank you, Rico. Have a good night, everyone.
Oh, I thought I was babe.
Bye.